Hey, welcome back to Zombie Tactics. Well, today was the day I took the Smith & Wesson M&P15 Sport AR15 rifle out to the range and shot the first few rounds through it. Several hundred, as a matter of fact. But last night, something interesting happened, and I thought maybe it's time to begin, at least on a low-key effort, trying to put a little abuse on the rifle as well to see how well it holds up. It was raining quite heavily, so I stuck the rifle out in the rain and let it sit there for a couple of hours. Now, I've seen tests that people have done before, and they seem to always do some things that bug me. For one thing, they stick a magazine in the well to make sure nothing can get into it that way. They close the dust cover, they close the bolt, and I figured, what kind of a test is that? So I left the bolt open, the ejection port up. There is no dust cover, of course, and I made sure there was nothing in the mag well. I'll throw some pictures in here to show you how wet the rifle got. I let it sit out for about 3-4 hours and then just took it out of the rain and just set it up against a wall. Didn't wipe it down, didn't clean it out, didn't do anything to it. I figured, well, that's the beginning of a little bit of abuse to it. It's sort of the, oh gosh, I left my rifle out in the rain test. So, you saw the pictures. We'll cut now to the range and the first few shots with the rifle. Well, you know, I love it when a plan comes together, but sometimes it's better when a plan doesn't come together. I'm here out at the Spenceville Range outside of Beale Air Force Base, which is a kind of an uncontrolled public range. Pretty much everybody does whatever they want out here. It's mostly safe, and there's occasionally a few idiots. Got one other guy coming up here today, which means I've pretty much got the range all to myself right now. As I said, the weather is crap, but that's good because I'm going to have the range to myself. Here I've got the Smith & Wesson M&P15 that I'm testing, and I went ahead and I just threw together some Wolf, some 62 grain green tip, and some XM193 ball. It's raining, and we're going to just do a function test of the rifle, throw about 600 rounds through it, and see how it goes. First 10 rounds through the rifle, not a problem. Just taking it slow, not trying to be, super badass or ultra tactical or anything like that. And we're just going to go through the next 590, 600 rounds just at random with the Wolf and the 62 grain and the XM193 ball loaded in no particular order. Just see how it goes. Well, that's the first 10 rounds. And as you can see, it was raining out there as well. So more abuse or more just environmental conditions, a rifle ought to be able to handle that. I shot a combination of 55 grain Wolf Military Classic soft point rounds. Those are metal cased rounds with a polymer coating. They tend to not expand very well in the chamber, and the big problem with those is that more fouling will blow back into the chamber area because of that, because they don't quite expand to fill the chamber area as much as brass will do. And that's been known to cause problems before, because later on when you put brass in there, the brass does expand and they stick against the carbon fouling that's blown back from using the Wolf. So I figure a combination of the Wolf with some PMC X-Tac 62 grain green tip, that's the equivalent to the military M855, and Federal XM193, that's the 55 grain, that's the standard AR15 5.56 millimeter round. We're just going to throw them all together in kind of a random order and see how it does. I shot a total of 600 rounds, and the gun performed flawlessly. Not a single failure to eject, not a single failure to feed. Every single time the thing went bang. I'm going to roll in some pictures here of what the rifle looked like afterwards. That kind of mottled, bubbled up stuff there that you see, that is not water. That is actually a combination of gun oil mixed with carbon fouling that blew back into the chamber. Didn't seem to affect the reliability of the rifle at all, and I was surprised at how accurate it was for a rifle coming straight out of the box. I not zeroed this, I didn't do any adjustment to the iron sights at all, and I was easily hitting a basketball-sized target out at the range there at about 100 yards. No problems at all there, and just accurate as can be. That's it for the first test of this rifle, and it came through with flying colors. I'm going to not really clean it very much. I'm going to just kind of, I don't know, just kind of wipe it down a little bit and just throw a little bit of oil on it, not do a complete cleaning, maybe a patch or two, and that's it. And we'll just continue to test the rifle as it is, and I'll think of some mean things to do with it along the way. That's Zombie Tactics today with the first test shots of the Smith & Wesson M&P15 AR15 pattern rifle, the sport model, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.